And the Vice President of the Federation of United Nations Associations on Saturday actually called on the unemployed graduates to not just sit on their walls, not just sit around and say, yes, you are part of the Unemployed Graduates Association, blah, blah, blah. We are just home. Yes, we do have degrees. Yes, we do have qualifications, but you don't have jobs to do, so we are home. She is calling on them to start something, to be creative.
I agree with her, or I agree with whoever. Is her, right?
Yeah.
But not entirely.
Okay.
You know what? Go to most of all our university, our tertiary institutions today. The courses that they do relates basically to humanities. If not marketing, it's political science. If not political science, it's history. If not history, it's that. Do you expect someone to do political science and come out and be proactive in the industries, in technology? No. You see, we have gotten it all as a country. We've missed it all, I should say, sorry. We've missed it all until we are able to give a direction as to how to educate our graduates and get them be proactive when they come out to look for jobs for themselves, fend for themselves. Then we cannot get there. You and I sitting down here, all of us here are in the ass. Go and speak big English and nowhere. All of us want to come out and be in tie and move around. In America and other places, when you see you in tie, they see you somehow to be lazy. People who are in t-shirts and jeans work towards building the nation. You see an engineer in this country, and that engineer is in suit. And when he's tied, in fact, he's got a flat tie, he's looking for a organizer somewhere who has never been to class 1 to come and loosen it and change it. The engineer, he calls himself. So I'm saying that we've missed it all with the way our education goes. No wonder Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has spoken about free SHS and Oko spoken about how science and vocation ought to be given priorities in this country. So inshallah, going forward, if we get this governance, we are going to reshaping the educational sector. Now, again...
But looking at that, don't you think the government is doing something in that regard?
What
in trying to convert...
That's what I'm coming.
Okay, all right.
We sit here, and you come to government in 2009. You quickly told us that there was a freeze on employment. Since 2009, I don't know, my brother will help me whether they have actually lifted the ban or not yet. Almost all the graduates I meet will tell that there's a ban on employment.
So
there's a freeze in their home. Up till now, we said, now we are moving to IMF. IMF have told them we should cut down our public jobs. Again, after the freeze, till now, IMF is also giving one of the conditionalities. So you see, when you do this to ourselves, you tighten us. And you increase the unemployment graduate base unnecessarily.
But is that really what the IMF is saying?
Oh, of course, it's one of the conditions. He knows that. The condition everywhere IMF goes to tell you, cut down your public jobs. Those who are not supposed to be.
But have you seen their recommendations?
Oh no, I've seen a lot. I've read a lot about it, and it's part of the
negotiation. And they're proposing job cuts.
Oh, they have even started doing that, and even imposing more taxes. This petroleum tax we are paying on petrol right now is coming from them. IMF is pushing them to put all those things there. Oh, no, I'm telling you, you may deny it, but that's a fact. And this is what is happening. Your jobs, your taxes, your everything, this is what this government has taken us to. So today, the graduates are not getting jobs because the public sector cannot employ. The private sector is already porous because we don't even have much to develop on it. And then the courses that we're going to do in the universities don't even help us to develop as a people technologically. So for me, I think that yes, the call is right. We should do something to help ourselves, but we should try to go learn and study what can help us help ourselves.
In helping yourself, the government seems to have set up quite a number of funds that should encourage you. You, the person sitting home, saying, I do not have a job and everything. Those funds should even motivate you to come up with something, ideas, partner with people, so that you can develop things, start something. Is that not the case? Is that not what the government is supposed to do? No, but is that really not what the government is supposed to do?
I'll tell you. You see, we are very good at putting things on paper. We are not very good at implementing them as this country.
Putting things on paper. So the Yes Fund, for instance, the court vets, they are all not doing anything. Is that what you are suggesting?
They are all bollocks. They are all political pieces that people use to come and write green books with it. That we have done this, and the next moment you will not see what they have done on the ground.
But they are beneficiaries.
Some beneficiaries, yes, I'm not saying that they are supposed to be beneficiaries, but they are not beneficiaries. How many of them? Lesdep came and talked plenty. We know we are going to give this. LEAP is there, we are going to give that. Always all we do as a people, as a government, I should say, is we are going to do this. Not we have done this. Listen to their language. When my brother starts to speak, you listen to him. We are going to do this. We are going to do that. They've never said we have done this.
Fred, is that a
And
case?
that is their problem.
You see, I don't know. I think I'm having some difficulty. When it comes to subjects like this, I thought that we are young people, and I would wish that we prefer some solutions, some ideas what can be done. But when we move into this blame game and the rest, it doesn't really
You are
help.
talking what is there.
It doesn't help the discourse. Because when you do that, then maybe people watching say, Fred, okay, you to go and enumerate examples of all the things that happen under them. Then we are not moving on.
Enumerate if I'm wrong, but these are the
move on?
facts on the ground.
Can I move on?
Oh, sorry.
Then it's as if we are not helping ourselves. What do we do? I agree with the call that has been made. I think that we need to go back to our educational curriculum and look at it very closely.
Yeah.
If you say that, largely I agree. I remember
So you are calling for educational reforms?
when the GSS concept was introduced, brilliant concept. Some of us were pioneers of that concept. Though they did into the agricultural science, they into technical skills, technical drawing, we're doing catering. I have colleagues today who, just by virtue of what we did at GSS, sewing. Today they are sewing, and then that's what they lived on. I have colleagues today, just by virtue of what we did, poultry and all those things. Today they have their own poultry farm and they are working. Just before long, that brilliant practical concept that was written at GSS became a theory something. Students now go to class and they've never even seen a trowel before. A teacher comes to sketch on a board and says it's a trowel. We used to have a whole shop, carpentry shop. You go there, the tools are there, you're working. I know how to lay blocks up to date, how to do plaster, I know how to do all those things. What happened to us along the line? I thought it was a brilliant concept. I think that we need to go back and look again at our technical education, our vocational education. Somehow, it's as if it is a curse now to go to a vocational school, a technical school, because you come out, you don't know when to turn next. I was also excited when recently, through the local government ministry, an announcement was made that furniture that are used in state institutions should be procured from Ghanaian carpenters. And go and do the analysis and find out the employment opportunities that alone will create. The chairs, the tables, the office, whatever that they buy. If they are going to buy this thing by the road, they are going to buy this thing by the roadside, and we are going to allow and encourage our brothers and sisters who are doing carpentry and all those polytechnics to move in that direction. You can't imagine what it will create. You see, what I know about the university education, first degree, is supposed to open your mind up. After it has done that, you must find what you want to do. I'm not sure any of us went to the university. Yes, we might have read political science and what have you, but we didn't go to the university to go and study, to come and sit on radio and talk. But we have developed an interest in it. So you do additional reading, additional study, so you can come and do a thing like this. You see, the time has come for us to learn to do things on our own. This issue of my brother about unemployment, they freeze employment on government work and blah blah. See, those things are not helping us. I don't think that multimedia where you are today. If they think that this money they need you alone as a host, there should be any reason for us to have 10 hosts sitting there watching you when you finish, don't have anything to do.
So you think there's nothing wrong with having job cuts?
You see, no economy can grow when you have more labor than you need to work with.
So we need to cut the
If
excesses.
anybody says that there's a freeze in the economy, every year they employ teachers. Every year they employ security personnel, they employ all manner of persons. So if anybody tells there's a free unemployment, he doesn't understand. Again, people who go on pension, people who go on retirement are all replaced every year. The point they are making is that if you are not able to expand your production capacity, don't just come and add more labor.
But we do have we have deficits in various areas.
The point is this: it is not for nothing. You say, look at the years that was set up. Very brilliant concept. Monies are available because the difficulty I've had over the period is that the banking environment is just not conducive for a young person who has finished school to access a loan to go into his own venture. The interest rates are so high and what have you. Now they have brought what you can call a fund that you can move in there. You mentioned what's the name of that one? COSVET. Go and read their program.
It's not
what you and I, why you and I should be doing when they get an opportunity like this is to encourage our brothers and sisters in the house who don't know about it. You see, information is difficult to come by, but you need it to be able to move on, to be able to develop. People who have gone to the university and come out of the university and decide that, okay, I'm going to even do banquet and tilapia and sell. Today, go and look at their lives. Because they're educated, they do different. I like to sell, I like to do marketing. So after I've done my course, I've done my degree, I've done my master's, what is my interest? I go there to do a 6-month diploma, certificate course, and that is what I am doing. So you don't come and sit here. See, why all of us are here.
Fred,
I'm already telling you to
you and I know very well.
Can I learn? I don't sit down and say that, okay, the work I do, that's why I am my salary for. I have my own farm.
So you're a farmer?
I'm a farmer. I go.
That's nice.
You go and see my poultry, go and see my pigs. So we need to encourage our young persons. If you're in Accra, you work it up to Friday. Friday, when you finish, go to your village Go and get some small farm, part of your salary, get to somebody to do some maize for you, some vegetable for you, some pepper for you. At the end of the month, you get additional capital. But if you sit in Accra, you are complaining, I finished school, I have no job. It doesn't work. Well, no, tell me anywhere in the world.
So
where everybody is employment.
Do you think government has done enough to propel people?
I cannot say government has done enough. The government can never do enough. Government can never do enough. The point is that we must take advantage.
With me saying government has done enough, I mean, has government provided the enabling environment for graduates who are unemployed currently?
That's the point I'm making. Government cannot do enough, but people must see. When you go to Ministry of Trade, what is the name of that fund over the that recently they even gave money to pharmaceutical companies and the rest is there. It's there for farming. Anything you want to do about farming, people should just seek for the information. There are several funds available to the venture capital.
So is it that people are just being lazy?
I don't want to use the word lazy.
I disagree.
I think that
they are not searching for the information.
I think
that
that
means opportunities are available.
Moving forward is that most of these funds and institutions have been set up should also take it upon themselves to go to these institutions and start organizing workshops and training sections. When students are on vacation, I have a problem with our national service, don't go about national service.
I have a problem with the national service.
Yes, you finish school for 1 year, then you are supposed to go and do national service somewhere. My thinking is that for every long vacation that we go on 3 months, we should make it company attachment, compulsory, as part of your national service. So once you are in school, you are posted to this institution. Today you go to the institution and they tell you, oh, there's no vacancy for national service personnel. We can't take them. We are not necessarily asking you to pay them any money. They're just coming to learn on the job, learn their skills. So that when it comes back, people become a bit entrepreneurial. They want to do things on their own. They want to maneuver and do their things on their own. But the way we have done it, if we are going to sit back and say, oh, government is not creating an environment, government can do more, I agree. Government should look for resources. Government should motivate the young people. But young people must avail themselves. Okay. We must read around. We must learn the best practices and see how best we can help ourselves.
Okay. Kamadin, just before we go,
initially we're talking about polarization in this country.
Sure.
And in fact, to empower your youth, you ought not to be polarizing your country. We not too long ago heard in the media that his government and our government, led by NDC, has introduced something called Yes Fund or Youth Enterprise Support. I believe that a lot of thinking might have gone into it. A lot of planning went into it before even its inception. What happened to the first person who was actually employed to oversee it? What thinking went and for him to have been employed? The next moment we hear there's a change.
What agreement is it?
Oh, no, I'm coming. I'm coming.
The man, let me educate you.
You understand my point.
The man was appointed to that place. No, I know the point he wants to make. But I don't have time. The man was appointed to that place.
No, allow me. You see, I believe that what is a problem in this country is lack of proper planning.
We don't plan as a people.
If you do plan and you believe in what you want to do and you believe in the competence of the one who is going to carry it to where you want it to go, then of course the person will come. Look at what has happened to Jida. It's just because of misplaced priorities. It's because of selfishness and greed. Jida was supposed to have helped almost everybody. Today we have people who are under Jida who are not even paid their allowances for so many months, and they complain they have to come and demonstrate before we give them money.
When you set up an institution like Jida,
excuse me, you finish it, and the next moment people are in court for pretending over this mismanagement of it. And when you ask, the president will say, I have appointed them, but they choose to mismanage it. It's serious. So I am saying that.
So what, are you laying the blame?
As a people, I blame government because of lack of proper planning, because of lack of proper pragmatic policies that is going to help the youth. And finally, you see, when today, you the young one, you walk to the bank right now, seeking for a loan to help yourself in whatever you want to do, or an assistant, or that fund you mentioned. Go there and look at the bureaucracy you have to go through. Look at the go back and forth you have to go through before you get there. I'm saying that all these things boils down to lack of proper planning by people in leadership. So
it's a leadership problem.
Bottom line is leadership problem. And of course, the ineffectiveness, the incompetence of the people who are in the driver's seat right now will not give us the efficiency.
But we had similar. It
is this posturing, it is attitude that irritates Ghanaians the most.
You sit on radio.
No, please. You sit on radio, you sit on television, and take the impression as though if the unemployment in Ghana today, they were just created now. As though during your period, everybody in this country had employment. The first time we had unemployment association in this country was in 2009. These persons have been unemployed for 10 years, 15 years, 5 years. What did you do? We remember when you came into office in this country, you lined up Ghanaian youth under the scorching sun, that you were registering them unemployment in this country. What did you do? It took the national security. It took national security to know that unemployment was becoming a problem in this country, and that was how national youth employment was created. That institution was created. There was no even legal backing, nothing. We all saw what they did to that institution. You understand? We all saw what happened to that institution. Go and check the committee that was set up, the recommendation that they brought. They blame it from the first day the committee was set up, the youth authority was set up, the first minister who was there. They blame everybody down the line. Please, we are not trying to restructure those issues. I have said that. Me, I want to move away. I want to move away with this blame politics. Let us think about Ghana. What can we do for ourselves? If my brother in the house is unemployed and everybody wakes up in the morning and is looking up to me to give him money, it's a burden on me. So I have a responsibility as a Ghanaian to also contribute little idea as well we can resolve this issue. But to suggest that you have the magic power, it's incompetent, it's ineptitude. The people who are in the driving today are not managing the economy well. You have the magic power at Jimai Subang. When you come, suddenly by some magic, you are able to create employment for everybody. This portion of the NPP is what irritates Ghanaians.
You see, I don't know where he's coming from. We brought the idea that NYEP then called, be set up and help the youth of this country. My brothers, there was change of government. We did what we call handing over. They went through all the documents. They never saw any problem. I never had any NYEP boss all before court. Now, when you came, you said, okay, the nomenclature, which is the name, change it to JIDA. You said it. Okay, we change it. You sat there and call people consultants, done out so much millions of Ghana cedi to them through the same thing we set up. We didn't do anything. No. So look at the difference between when I say somebody is incompetent and someone is competent. You see it. Someone set it up, went through it. You never took anyone to court. The thing was working smoothly. You came and took it. You changed the name, and then you were able to give millions of Ghana cedi to people. I heard someone is supposed to be refunding some money today. I'm told by the Minister of Justice that we have even started paying some money. He's aware of that one through the JIDA thing. Are you getting me? So if I say today people are incompetent and ineptitude, I have my grounds. Because they have come and they are in court because of that. But we didn't do that.
There were issues even under the NPP government.
That someone went to court?
Well, not necessarily.
That someone was paid money, was not supposed to pay.
But there were
no question is that was today. It's clear. You see, my problem is that he knows.
So during your time, it wasn't clear.
You see,
it happened.
I said we did hand it over. We did hand it over. And in handing over a government to someone, you peruse whatever goes on. And if there is a problem, knowing where NDC comes from, look, my brother, they will hype it. They will let us know that money was done this. We gave this to them short time from 2009 till date. Look at the amount of money that has been done out to people needlessly.
My brother,
today you are going to court to collect that money back.
You know President Mel's problem. You know the problem that President Mel had. Because you are the president who took over office and said that political witch hunting must stop. We must come together and build this country.
And that was President Mel's problem.
That is his problem. That's why today people from MPP talk and come on television and talk the way he's speaking. No. Because if we are choosing to do what they did in 2000 when they took over office, there was no single soul in MPP administration that would have survived.
Would that have been a recommendation you would have given former president?
The point I'm making is this. The mere fact that the state institution is created or set up and there are one or two challenging the institution does not mean that the entire institution is bad. What was National Youth Employment? National Youth Employment under the NPP, the way it was created, was to give temporary stopgap measure for people who are unemployed. Not necessarily even graduates, very young persons. They said they'll give you 2 years training. After 2 years training, you move away. Ask him when they were leaving office if they didn't have a document they can call an exit plan. So the guys who were recruited into they were directing traffic and whatever that it is. There was no exit plan. They were supposed to move out after 2 years. Some of them stayed over there for 4 or 5 years. They didn't know where to move to next. Some were supposed to be trained under teacher training colleges for them to go back and get additional training and become teachers. They couldn't do any of those things. I am reluctant, really. I am very, very reluctant to come and sit here this morning and MPP and this. Where Ghana has gotten to now. It's not about this. I know you people are only. See, listen, I say every day. We don't think that we have the solution to Ghana's problem entirely. The solution to Ghana's problem belongs to all Ghanaians. All Ghanaians must provide the solutions. NDC, we never think of ourselves that we are going to remain in office till the kingdom come. We believe that a day will come when the people of this country will change us and that party will come into office.
Is that
The
2016?
point I am making that there's no alternative for NDC to lose the election in 2016. There's no alternative. There's no alternative.
So the MPP is not a strong enough contender for 2016.
Why? You see that this country, we are on experiment, we are on experimentship where people who have finished their work, they are on retirement, waiting for their grave, are able to go and hang over the governor of this country too.
So are you saying the MPP does not have competent,
I am saying that
young, competent
we don't have a replacement. We don't have a replacement. Even we don't. The worst of NDC today is the best of NDC.
Look at the
we don't have a replacement.
So Ghanaians don't have a choice than to vote for the
The point is that we are going to deliver on the social contract with some of the people of this country. We discussed.
I just asked something.
They have no choice now because the social contract we sign with them, we are going to deliver on that, and we are delivering. So they are going to look at that and vote for us again. Whether they like it or not, 2016, by the grace of God, NDC will win again.
Thank you very much.
It should mark my words. We will win because we are delivering. We are providing the water, we are doing the roads, we are doing the electricity.
Speaking of water, are you talking about the Adenta area? Because I heard the president.
Maybe you should be telling us because you are following up all these things. Actually, for the first time in the history of Teshi, Nungwe, and the rest, those communities, water, they've never had it. For the first time in the history of Nungwa, Madina, Adenta, and the rest, they reached Dodowa. Have you heard the chief of Dodowa in that area? He said this is the first time in their history.
What's the situation currently? Is it that water is being drawn from elsewhere and being sent to these areas? Is that the case?
No, there's been a great expansion work that took place in Kpong. The Kpong water system. They've done huge expansion work. So much capital was injected. New pipes are being laid. If you go to Teshi, we are using the seawater desalination program. I think it's about the first time the one that we have in the whole Sub-Saharan Africa.
So this is not in any way affecting those who are already on the grid?
No. It's a new creation, new water that is coming to benefit all this community. You see, there's no way as a country you can move forward when you're very basic fundamental, you don't have them right. You don't have water for your people, you can't get electricity for your people.
Very good.
Since independence, until last year, our total electricity generation in this country is like 2,500. How can we move on as a country like that? Go and find out the measures that are put on the ground today. We are not saying we have solved the problem. Ghanaians are still going through difficulties. But we agree that governance is a process. Governance is not an event. I am saying that by the time President Mahama is through his work in 2020, the people of this country... Why are you so impatient this morning?
I know you very well.
I know you slept well.
I know you.
You see, by the time President Mahama is through his work in 2020, the people of this country would have come to realize that yes, we have a president who has come to solve all the fundamental challenges that have become so ritual every now and then coming back to us. So my brother can sit here and proclaim whatever I want to proclaim. They have the magic, whatever. When they come in, every Ghanaian will go and employed. I remember in 2001 when they won the election.
You know what?
Even our brothers who were shoemakers. Sorry to say this, they left their shoemaker bosses. Some wore white shirts and red tie. Oh, Kufuaba, I'm sorry, my Ejuma. They marched. They went to Accra, the ministries. My pastor was they were wearing white ties. Today, where are all those persons?
Well,
you come and make a mockery of everyone.
Let's very good. I'm just as I was very quiet, I believe it's going to be very quiet too as well. You see, from 2009 till date, first of all, let me take 2001 to 2008 in perspective, just briefly before I come to what. Then we'll juxtapose it with what happened in 2009 till date. You see, from 2001, I remember clearly that when we took over government, we did one thing. It's not MPP in this politics, but I'm just trying to where the competency and incompetency came in. We had fuel at all, the storage, to last Ghana for 2 weeks when we came to government in 2001.
2 months.
2 weeks.
You don't know.
Please.
2
weeks.
How can
now, within the 2 weeks, we had very people who were very competent and proactive to have moved to Nigeria and other places to help us, and were able to not to go through shortages.
He wants to remind Ghana of the toy cars that you brought to
learn.
Now we were able to ensure that we got to a point where when you are in your house, people will come and then ring your bell. Gas or unto gas. Today, you need to carry your cylinder in your car for 3 weeks.
EPA has to stop that.
Wait.
You put this in the right place. But not the EPA that says we shouldn't do that. It's dangerous.
Indeed, but do allow him to learn. Do allow him to learn so you can.
I know you'll be reading the Korean. You'll be reading the Korean.
Now you understand. So you go on today, and it's a different thing. We had an economy that was about 3.7 in growth when we took over. By the time we left, without oil, without anything, with competency and skill, we're able to raise that economy, go to 7 point something before we came. Today, as we said, 2009 when they came, the growth of the economy shrank.
But it's
2010, 2011, I'm telling you. Let me tell you why. He knows. Year by year, it has been shrinking. By the budget that we read, he himself knows. He has gone through the budget. Last year, the economy grew better than this year, as we do have. So for me, I will not speak a lot of words on this. Ghanaians are seeing what is on the ground. Now, let's look at the issues of doomsday that he's talking about. That before an economy will grow, we needed the fundamentals to get right. The base must be right. The base is the energy. Do we have energy, you and I, as we said today? When you advertise, clearly you were part of it. I'm sure you're part of your communication. The 5,000 watts of energy will come from NDC. What are you going to use? The barbers will say, I'll use it for my barbering shop. One will say, I'll use it for my hairdressing shop. Today, where are the barbers and the hairdressers? They are not working. Closed. You see? My wife will go to work on the hair at the hairdressing shop. They tell you no light. And she's looking messy to go to work. She is supposed to. Do you understand? This is the way they have gotten this country to. Two, we are talking a country where corruption is at its peak right now.
Okay.
Its peak, highest peak right now. That is why I cited the Jida thing.
Okay.
And I cited the Suba thing. And I am citing more. And you sit here and you want to tell us that all is well, that whether we like it or we don't like it, we'll vote for NDC. Okay. That is a serious posture you took.
So you're talking about corruption.
He says
that because we are going to deliver on our
paying money and doing our money to people, where a judge in this country sat down and said, what is happening? Then the judge said, you people are creating, looting, and sharing. A judge at the Supreme Court. Justice Doche, God bless you. You understand? He said that. And I said, now today my brother sits here and tell me that what is wrong with that? What is wrong with that?
He never said that anyway. He never said that.
And that whether you like it or don't like it.
On your talk of corruption, we'll be moving to corruption then in the next second or so. But since we were speaking about graduate unemployment, there are quite a number of messages here. I think I should pick about 4 or 5 of them. This one from Musa Ali Kone says, should they take up the challenge of creating businesses on their own? Yes. But you know what? Some prefer to be called the Association of Graduate Unemployment, something. That's what he says. So pathetic, though. Peterson Shagu says, how sure are we? And that was in relation to the question. Okay, let me leave that here. This one says, what business has she created? Okay, well, you can't be attacking her personality. She's just making a call. She's just making a suggestion. So we'll have to leave that one here. Is she setting up a fund for them? Okay, so maybe we'll have to leave that one here. There are quite a number of messages, but they seem to be attacking the personality who actually passed that comment. Now,